Hi guys, Rain here, doing my first unboxing for Shades of Chaos, the blog. You'll find the link in the doobly-doo below. And I'm going to be looking at Mongoose Games Noble Armada, a call to arms. And it's going to be the House Hawkwood box set. I've already opened it and had a look, but it's quite a nice box. You get a fair amount of ships if you compare it to other things like Firestorm Armada and even Gothic. Firestorm Armada has a similar amount of ships but are much bigger. But in all fairness, the detail level on these ships is very nice. You should definitely check them out. It's Mongoose Publishing. And let's, without further ado, get this box open. Okay, we'll get the boring stuff out of the way first. You've got, I think it's 3 large clear bases, and then I believe it is 6 or 7 smaller bases, very similar to 40k flying bases. You then have the actual flying stems, 2 different heights, and you have a ball joint, which is very good because you hardly ever see them. You see them on 40k skimmers and some other things, but it's really good because it means you can do dynamic poses and the ships aren't just sitting bog standard and upright. So if we get rid of all of the clear sprue. Then the actual models themselves are made of metal and come in a bag, obviously. It's quite a lot of metal, there's a fair weight to it. So if I get some of these out. Now, I advise you, I've already tipped this out before, there's a few really tiny guns, so if you're going to tip it out on a surface, tip it out on a smaller surface. You don't want to be tipping it out on a broad surface. So we'll have a look at the Kestrel class torpedo bomber. Now, this is absolutely tiny. It's probably no more than 2 centimeters long by about 5 millimeters wide. But this would be brilliant for fighters and all of that in Gothic, and in all fairness, in this game, I think the scale was just right. Hang on, let's see if I can get a better. It comes with this peg on the bottom, and you'll see why in a minute. You can get some better pictures on the Mongoose's website, and you get 8 of these, because you have 4 of these torpedo bombers and 4 of the fighters, and they literally, I believe, you just push those in. They need a little bit of cutting, but we have the flying bases for the large ships. These guys just fit into those. I did put one of the fighters on one of the bases so you can see what that's like. So that's what one of the fighters looks like. Slightly more angular prow, looks a little bit more aggressive, but it's very nice. I mean, the detail level, if I bring her up close, there are tiny little nodules and tiny little mark points and hull points. You can see where the gun systems are. It's a really nice box, really nice miniatures. We'll move on to, what's this one? This is the Hornet class frigate. So like I said, these are very small. So the detail is really nice on these models though. So it's got this wing look like that. So this is just literally your light fighter. I'm not quite sure about the really large view screen at the front, but once I've got them painted up, I'm sure they'll make a bit more sense. And then we have, what do we have? Ooh, need to work out the actual true scale names. We'll go for one of these ones. So this is, I believe, Wayfarer class Explorer. You'll have to forgive me if I've got it a little bit wrong. I'll put all the names and the links in the bottom. So this is about a little bit bigger than the fighter models, but they are still very nice models. We have the next larger ships, which are the 2 Darius class galleots, which are believe are your boarding vessels. The actual game mechanic for this game has a really, really nice feel to it. We're going to be doing a battle report in my local, in a local club, Full On Assault, once we've sorted out and had a good read of the rules, so we can do a proper game. Let's have a turn right. And you've got the flying pig hole, but the detail level's really, really nice. Then we have the Malcolm class light carrier. This is your fighter carrier. As I said, they're not all tiny, so that's about 1.5 inches, about 5-6 centimeters. It's one piece. It's quite cool. As I said, the detail level on these, the bigger the ship is, more obvious to see. But all of this detail is on the normal boxes as well. As I said, there's a little bit of excess on here, so we'll need a little bit of tidying up. But once I've built the fleet, I'll do another video of them all built, and I'll actually be able to tell you the names all completely and properly. Show you the underside. And then the larger class you have is a Griffin class destroyer, and this comes in more than one part. So that's the main body, and then you have, let's see if I can hold these on. They go on the underside there, are like our wing systems. Doesn't look like it would be too hard to put together. It's very nice, very little flashing in all fairness. Now I'll show you what I mean by opening the bag, really, really small. It does just show that these guys are really putting their concentration in the detail. So these go on those ships I just showed you. The turrets, the laser battery turrets. They're so small that they are bent a little bit, so you need to be really careful with them, but they are very, very nice. So like I said, that's my first unboxing for Shades of Chaos. If you go onto the blog, there'll be some pictures and all of that. And that was Noble Armada, A Call to Arms by Mongoose Publishing. So guys, go and check them out, and I will put them all together, and then I'll show you them once they're sorted out.